Come all. So now next point is cross correlation. So definition is cross correlation gives correlation between two different signals. It gives us the correlation between two different signals. So let us say I have two signals x1t and x2t. Then mathematical definition of cross correlation is, first of all I will write the autocorrelation definition. R of tau equal to integration minus infinity to infinity x1t x of t minus tau dt. Then I will tell you how to write the cross correlation definition. So just put suffix here 1 2, then here suffix 1, here suffix 2. It becomes the mathematical definition of cross correlation. Okay, now this is the mathematical definition of cross correlation. It gives us the correlation between two different signal x1t and x2t, and mathematical writing is also easy if you remember the definition of autocorrelation. Okay, then for discrete time r12k is integration is replaced by summation n equal to minus infinity to infinity x1n dot x2n minus k. So this is for the discrete time. So both the definitions are for the non-periodic signals, that means for the energy signals. Okay, now we will see the properties. So first property is that r12 tau is not equal to r21 tau. That means cross correlation is not commutative. Cross correlation is not commutative. So this is the first property. Then second property, at origin if cross correlation is 0, then the two signals are orthogonal to each other. Then two signals are orthogonal to each other. So this is second property. Then third property, that cross correlation gives us the, if I take the Fourier transform, then I will get x1f dot x2 star f. That means the Fourier transform of cross correlation gives us the product of Fourier transform of signal x1t and its conjugate, Fourier transform of its conjugate. So this is the third property. Now let's look at some example. So question number 1, find cross correlation of e raised to minus at u of t and e raised to minus bt u of t. So solution, I will write the mathematical definition. R1 to tau equal to integration minus infinity to infinity x1t x1 x2t minus tau dt. So this is the mathematical definition. Now x1t is e raised to minus at u of t available, but x2t minus tau is not available. Instead x2t is available. So I need to find x2t minus tau. So x2t minus tau is, in place of t put minus tau. So it becomes e raised to power minus b t minus tau u of t minus tau. Now substitute x1t, substitute x2t minus tau and solve the integration. So r1 to tau equal to integration minus infinity to infinity e raised to minus at u of t dot e raised to power minus minus b t minus tau u of t minus tau dt. Now if I take tau greater than 0, integration limits will be 0 to infinity e raised to minus at dot e raised to power minus bt dot e raised to power b tau minus minus plus dt, and If I take tau greater than 0, then integration limits are not 0 to infinity, instead limits are tau to infinity, because u of t minus tau is present from tau onwards and it has amplitude 1. U of t has amplitude 1. Okay. So b e raised to b tau is a constant, take outside. E raised to b tau is constant, and this combine these two exponential, so it becomes e raised to power minus a plus b t dt. So all these integration substitute limits infinity and tau, so it becomes e raised to b tau e raised to power minus a plus b tau upon a plus b. So after solving the integration and putting the limits, we will get this thing. So this is R1 to tau cross correlation. Further simplification is also possible. So you can just expand this exponential. So e raised to b tau dot e raised to power minus a tau dot e raised to power minus b tau upon a plus b. So this e raised to power b tau can be minus b tau can be written as 1 upon e raised to power b tau. So these get cancelled out. So final simplification is e raised to power minus a tau upon a plus b. So this is the cross correlation final simplification. And if I take some negative values of tau, I will get e raised to a tau upon a plus b. So final answer is R1 to tau equal to e raised to power minus a tau magnitude of tau upon a plus b. This result we will get by taking tau positive as well as tau negative. By considering tau positive as well as tau negative. So final answer, I will write that e raised to minus at u of t and e raised to power minus bt u of t has cross correlation e raised to power minus a plus b tau upon a plus b. So this is the answer. Sorry, e raised to power minus a magnitude tau upon a plus b. So this is the final answer. So let's look at some questions. Find cross correlation between 2 e raised to minus 3t u of t and 3 e raised to power minus 4t u of t. So these 2 and 3 are constant. So that will be the product 6. Now use the above formula, e raised to power minus a tau. So e raised to power minus 3 magnitude tau divided by a plus b. A is 3, b is 4. So 3 plus 4, 7. So this is the answer for this question. Okay. Now let's take one more example. Find cross correlation between x of t equal to e raised to minus 2t u of t and 3 e raised to power minus 3t u of t. So 1 here, 3 here. So R1 to tau is 1 into 3, 3 e raised to power a value is 2, so e raised to power minus 2 mod of tau divided by a plus b. A is 2, b is 3, so a plus b is 5. So this is the answer. Now we will determine cross correlation for discrete sequence. So it is again very easy, that cross correlation is given by, for discrete sequence, x1 minus n convolution x2n, x1 minus n convolution x2n. So this is very important. x1 we have to fold, x2 we have to keep as it is, and we have to take the convolution. Don't fold x2n, otherwise you will get some different answer and that answer is wrong. So always fold first sequence and then take the convolution, because autocorrelation is not commutative. Sorry, cross correlation is not commutative. So let's take example. So find cross correlation between two one 3 4 and 3 2 2 3. So we have to determine the cross correlation between these two sequence. So this is our x1n and this is our x2n. Okay, so always fold first sequence. So x1 minus n is 2 1 3 4. Write it in reverse order, 4 3 1 2. Arrow remains same, and x2n is 3 2 2 3. Don't fold x2n. Don't fold x2n. Always fold x1n. Now lower limit of R12K. Finding lower limit is also important. So here lower limit is minus 3. Here lower limit is 0. So it is minus 3. Upper limit. I hope you are also getting the answer. 0 plus 3, 3. And number of samples. 4 plus 4 minus 1, 7. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 plus 4 minus 1, 7. Then use the tabulation. By tabulation method, now here you can change the order, no issue. Here you can write x1 minus n, here you can write x2n, or you can write the samples of x2n here vertically and x1 minus n horizontally, no problem. But folding must be done for x1 minus n. Okay, what are the amplitudes? 4 3 1 2, 4 3 1 2, and here amplitudes are 3 2 2 3. Now multiply 12 8 8 12, 9 6 6 9, 3 2 2 3, 6 4 4 6. Now split. So first value is the R12. What is the lower limit we got? Minus 3. So first value is R12 minus 3 and its value is 12. Second value is R12 minus 2, its value is 9 plus 8, 17. Third value is R12 minus 1, its value is 3 plus 6 plus 8, that means 17. Then next value is R12 0, 6 plus 2 8, 8 plus 6 14, 14 plus 12, 14 plus 12 26. This value is R12 1, so 4 plus 2 plus 9 that means 15. This is R12 2, that is 7, 3 plus 4 7, and this is R12 3, its value is 6. The final answer R12K equal to 12 17 17 26 15 16 15 7 6, arrow over at 26. So this is the answer. Now from this you can say that it is not even function, and for this numerical maximum value comes at the origin, but it is not always true that we will not get maximum at the origin. This thing is not always true. Okay, thank you.